Yo, 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 welcome back to the Hulaham Hour. I'm Kurtis alongside Nick. It is April 2nd, and it is gosh darn cold outside, man. What are your thoughts on the weather right now? It's stupid.
It's really stupid. God,
I
Michigan's
can't believe
gotta
it.
be one of the dumbest states, I swear.
Yeah, Mother Nature's messing with us to the nth degree. Yesterday was April Fool's Day, not today. All right, let's kick it. Welcome back, everybody. We're here. It's Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. Nick, how's it going, bro?
It's going pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Hanging. It's snowing, which is stupid. I'm ready to play outside golf. I think everybody's ready to get outside. I think everybody in Michigan is sick of it. Thoughts and prayers and shit, all that go out to the people in Michigan that are affected. I know up north, man, it is freaking wild. I don't know if you've seen any of the footage of it, but yeah, dude. Northern Michigan and just got hammered. Even Southern Michigan. We were in a belt that didn't get it, but we got snow today, and it sucks. So, yeah, a lot happening this last 7 days since we all spoke with you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning back in again. Last week, recap. Jeff Westcott was fun to have on. I think everybody enjoyed the episode last week. Had a lot of fun with Jeff. Jeff, thanks again. We appreciate it, man. And can't wait to have you back on. So, yeah, let's get right into it. It's been a while since I've done this because I keep forgetting I have these, but here's this week's NFL Weekly Dump, people. Yeah, okay. Rule changes. Nick, kick us off, man. Take us over a couple. It's been the owners' meetings this week. And I know there was some heated stuff we'll get into in a little bit about the Tush Push, but lead us off, man. Give us some of the rule changes.
So, yeah, they decided to move the new touchback to the 35, which, I don't know. I still am not sold on this new kickoff style yet. I know you're not.
I'm not at all. I haven't been at all. The fact, there's a couple different angles that they could have taken, in my opinion, to change this to promote more kickoffs, and I think they chose the wrong one. Pushing it out to the 35-yard line on a touchback, yes, it's inclining the kicker to not kick it into the end zone. I do think that is the case. But if you're in the end zone at all now and you don't take a knee, it's going to be an automatic touchback every single time. There's going to be no more of this, taking it out, period. I just don't feel that's going to happen, which it would have been a lot easier if they would have did a different change with it, to the point that I'm trying to remember what I heard and what I read about that I would have loved, but I'm drawing a blank. Just they could have done something different. Going to the 35 on a touchback ain't it. It's not it, though. It's not it. I think they need to, we've gone from the 20 to the 25, now to the 35. It's just, at what point does something else give? So, I don't know. Where would you like to see it change? Because I don't agree with that at all.
I don't understand why the NFL didn't do the simplest thing out of all this and move the fucking kicker back.
I like that. That might have been what I read about. Yeah.
Literally change no rules, nothing.
Yeah.
Just move the kicker back fucking 15 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that might have been it. Again, it was a pretty long article and it was a few days back. But regardless of the point, yeah, this just incentivizes the kicker, this just incentivizes the kick returner to never take it out of the end zone at all. And, yeah, I don't know. It's not the right choice. It's not the right choice at all. I hope they see that this year, but we'll see. I did read that they are implementing the Sony Hawkeye technology for first downs. I did not read, though. Do you know, did they get rid of chain gangs completely, or is this like a temporary
No,
thing?
they're going to be there as a backup.
Okay, but they're going to go off the Hawkeye technology as the first go?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. They're basically just a backup in case something happens. things malfunction. It happens.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's long overdue. I believe there's been that technology at different levels of football for a long time at this point. Yeah, I'm very excited to see that. Now, there was something with replay assist, I believe, as well. And that I'm always an advocate for adding stuff to it. But the one thing they didn't pass that I felt should have been, there can't be a penalty called with replay assist. They can only uncall a penalty that was thrown.
Yes.
Which I just think, so the quarterback's head can just get ripped clean off still, and they miss it, and it still won't be called. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
See, I don't mind it because if they missed it, they missed it. That's like, you might as well just go to full replay and just get rid of the refs too then. You can't take all the human element out of it, but if they fuck it up and you challenge it, well, your challenge is to choose.
Well, the challenge, though, they still won't make it a penalty, though. That's the thing.
No, that's fine. I'm fine with that. If they missed it, they missed it. But if they missed an easy holding call and they got an automatic first down, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're already taking the human element of the chain gang out. Look at the MLB. We're taking out the human element with the replay assist in that for strikes and balls. There's always going to have to be humans down there to mediate, so there's not just a 22-man brawl at some point. But that's for another topic. So, I don't know. I'm all for getting them to use replay assist more. We'll see how it goes again this year. But again, all these rule changes, whether you like them or not, they all are for the better of the league. What they think, sometimes they're wrong. Most of the time, it adds, to the excitement of the game. But we'll see with some of these. I mean, I was real upset last year about the hip drop tackle. I'm like, dude, they just banned tackling. You know what I mean? They just banned it completely. And I didn't hear of anybody that actually got fined for it last year. I mean, maybe one person that got fined for it last year.
Alex Shair.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You just got to let them play out, and you got to see where they fall and go from there. So what else was there? I know there was a couple, but.
Oh, hold on. The Lions' proposal got shot down.
Yeah, I figured that would.
Yeah.
Terrion Arnold, you're going to have to glue your hands to your hips, my man.
So in the fouls for that video replay are face mask, horse collar, tripping, and running into the kicker.
Okay.
So it's not even all of them.
Tain't even all of them.
Nope. Still can't challenge pass interference.
Didn't think that was going to happen either.
They approved a proposal from Pittsburgh to have one video or phone call with no more than 5 prospective free agents during the negotiation period before the formal opening. Previously, they can only speak with the agent, so now they can do what they've been doing, but legally.
Well, yeah. So let's just make speeding legal. Let's just make. Everybody's been doing it, but now it's legal. Now it's legal.
I mean, you're telling me these guys never talk to these players, and then magically in 1 minute they come up with a 30-page, $40 million a year contract? I don't think so.
Yeah, because I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers' bitch ass still and hasn't signed dog shit, leaving Pittsburgh in purgatory. Did you see the video of him throwing to DK Metcalf?
Oh yeah,
yeah. And, why is there only one throw?
It's probably all they did just for a picture.
You're literally telling me bold-faced that they only threw one time, or that's the only thing in 2025 that got recorded and released. Bull fucking shit. There's probably some dumbass person in a hotel near the street that's got the footage trying to sell it to ESPN for the right money, and you just haven't made a deal yet. Oh, man. Speaking of that, Aaron Rodgers still hasn't signed. Go figure. I read today at the bottom of Pat McAfee that the reports are showing that it's possible that he's still waiting on a slight hope with Minnesota, which I still think after they named JJ number 1 last week, I think that kind of shot that down, or at least I would have thought completely. But in a sense, I can see where it'd be very intriguing for a young quarterback to want to have someone like Aaron Rodgers come in, whether you end up losing the starting job or not, just to learn, knowing it's a 1-year kind of deal.
Oh, yeah.
Do you still?
And JJ, if it's the QB of the future, it might not be a bad play.
as much as you hate the guy, it would only make sense for him, and it wouldn't hurt him at all. I don't think it would do any damage to what he's going to do in the league other than help him get some experience in that realm. So
Everything I'm reading, Pittsburgh's going after Jackson Dart.
yeah, I've seen that a lot too, and I think that's a smart move. But Pittsburgh's really good at drafting the third or fourth best quarterback in a draft. I've also read that they'd be interested in Jalen Milroe, which I think would also be I think he has a lot of upside to be very good in the NFL if he's in the right system, and I think Mike Tomlin might be able to provide that system for him. But I personally would take Milroe later and save my higher pick, because I think they're going to have to take Dart in the first or second round, and I think you could get Milroe in the third round. So it's just kind of a wait-and-see mentality. But, again, Pittsburgh, do not sign Aaron Rodgers. You have been warned. Don't do it.
They're signing him.
Yeah, I know.
There's been a drop in an hour now just because you
But I feel like if I talk into the mic enough that they might hear me.
No.
Be cool if Mike Tomlin was one of the 14,000 people that follow this channel, but probably not. Anyways.
I think he's busy wondering where his quarterback is.
Dude, did you see the video of him at the players' meetings?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he was sweating bullets. He was either stoned off his ass or straight up nervous as shit, or both.
Or just really fucking hot in a room full of 100 people.
Yeah, that could be too. I don't take Mike Tomlin for one being out of shape. Why doesn't Andy Reid have giant beads of sweat coming down his fat ass neck?
Dude, Mike Tomlin deals with Pittsburgh all year. He probably never goes in the warm weather.
True that, man. True that. Okay.
What happens when we go to Florida? You sweat your ass off.
Yeah, no kidding. You sure do. So, yeah, as we stated earlier, there was talk. There are still they've passed the majority of the rules except for one, and that rule change is the Tush Push. It's 24 owners needed, I believe, to pass that said rule, and it's 16-16 currently, and reports are showing things got heated about it, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest at all. I personally, like I said last week and the week before, I think when it surfaced that it's kind of stupid. It's a play. It's a very stoppable play, especially if you know how to play against it right and know how to play defense and stack the line right. You still feel the same way about it, Nick, as you did prior, or are you changing your thoughts now that everything's coming out?
Well, I just have a hard time. I'm sticking with what I said. If you're going to ban the Tush Push, if your running back gets stopped at the 5, you better blow the play dead right now before 5 linemen pick him up and carry him. That's the same thing. If you're talking about player safety and that's your goal, it's the same freaking play.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
I don't know how you distinguish one from the other. If your angle is player safety, you can't.
No, you can't. Can't at all. Can't at all. So...
And you're going to tell me Josh Allen at 6'6", 250 pounds, is that more harm from a foot away from a guy than running at full speed from 10 yards?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's just difficult to just say, like, are there any other plays that are illegal? Like, I know there's illegal formations and things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about a straight up, like, play that's just, you can't do that. There's nothing else like that, right?
I don't think so.
That's what I thought. Why? How in the world can you look all these people in the face and say, this one play that just requires manpower, which is all this league is about, is illegal? I'm fucking mind blown that there's even 16 owners that are straight up in favor of this shit. Like, that even blows my mind.
Well, you know who one of the biggest spokesmen was that blew my mind? Was McDermott for the Bills. They ran it the second most last year. That didn't make much sense to me.
Oh, really? He's one of the ones that voted yes. That's very surprising. That's Sean McDermott. I like you, man. You're better than that. You're a better human than that.
Yeah, when he was like the main guy they interviewed after, and he said absolutely. I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah. Well, damn, that's too bad. I had higher hopes. I really, I feel like, what's that movie where there's like it's a courtroom and the jury's trying to decide, and it's 12 versus 1. God, I'm drawing a blank on the name of that movie. It's a very old movie. It's a classic. Anyways, comment below if you know the name of that movie, where it's, the 12 jury, and one of them thinks that they're not guilty, and the other 11 are like, yeah, they're guilty, and then they sit in there, and it's a 3-hour movie, and then they all figure out that they're not guilty, and they actually weren't guilty. That's what I feel like we're in right now with the Tush Push. And I hope it doesn't actually get to that degree. I really hope that they're just like, nope, we can't convince. We're not going to be able to convince another 6 or 8 guys that, 8 owners of it, that it's a good idea. I really don't believe in it. I'm not an advocate of it. I think it's a good play. I think if you have a quarterback that's built like Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen, you're somebody like that, because the Lions don't necessarily use it. Jared Goff isn't built like they are. They just do a quarterback sneak, which is the same fucking thing without a giant-ass lineman standing behind you. So,
and even that, he don't sneak it very much. He hands it off,
no,
man.
He
we
doesn't.
Don't want him
and
running
honestly,
nowhere.
Yeah, it's like we'll have Amon-Ra St. Brown sneak over and just take it and go, So, I don't know, man. We'll have to see how that goes.
I want Jared Goff running anywhere.
I want Jared Goff run into the grocery store, maybe.
Not even drive.
Oh, love it. So, yeah. We'll have to see. We'll probably have results for the Tush Push by next week. So we'll be able to go over those with you at that point.
And I wonder what them team runs are like in this. Because it's your coach, your GM, and your owner. And that's your team vote. So what happens when 1 out of 3 you don't get along? Do you sit there and just fucking yell at each other until you guys come to an agreement?
I mean, I would imagine most of those 3 people are always on the same page. I mean, you might have 1 or 2 times I don't know. I would feel like at that point, yeah, when you would have those to assume. People, yeah, you'd have to guess that they're on the same page for sure. So,
but when you have somebody like the Giants who just shoot themselves all the time.
Yeah, speaking of the Giants, Nick, I think it was you that was telling me about the Jameis win. Yeah, lay it on the Hulaham Hour, bro beans.
If you think your freaking team is saved by fucking signing Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, have no QB of the future with a number 1 receiver.
Smoking rocks.
Come on. I hope the only 2 games you win are Dallas.
Yeah, no shit. As much as we hate on the Giants, we never want Dallas to win another game as long as they exist.
Never.
However, Jerry Jones, if you want to be a guest spot on this on this channel sometime, shout out, leave a freaking email to us. We'll be glad to get in touch with you and get you on. We'd love to have you, Jerry. We would. I think that'd be almost as entertaining as an episode, if not more than Jeff last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think the only update left on that front really is the Tush Push, which we'll have to bring you next week because they still haven't put it into effect.
That the Bengals made some comments about Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, he was on Pat McAfee today. What'd you hear?
Yeah, he's freaking pissed.
But he is.
They pretty much told him that he should play at a certain rate and just waiting on him. And it's not us, and the rate's the rate. And he's like, you guys haven't even talked to me. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, it would be so dirty if we just signed him and Hutch to a hellaciously crazy deal and just said, let's just do this. Like, for real. You're not there. That having Hendrickson on one side and Hutch, I know it's a pipe dream. I know that. I know it's never going to happen. And if it did, I would cry like a baby. But I don't know, man. Like, we're paying Goff, but we're not paying him like a Patrick Mahomes contract. So I just, the money's got to be there. I think it'd be great. Even if they just did it for 1 year. Just like 1 year, we're going to give you $48 million. Fucking come here. And because what were Crosby and Garrett's contracts again? How much were they per year?
30 and 35, I think.
Okay, so it's a hellacious amount of money. It's a hellacious amount of money to play football. Unbelievable. But good for them. I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. They deserve it. Then, it's as the salary cap goes up, somebody else has got to make more money. It's about time it's not the quarterback for once. But yeah,
And
I seen today. Trey Hendrickson had 17.5 sacks, led the league. He's done that 2 years in a row now. 17.5 sacks. I don't think he led it 2 years ago with 17.5, but he's had 17.5 sacks for 2 years in a row. That's insane.
Well, the rumors I heard was Lions give up their first, second, and fourth round pick and trade for him.
I think it'd be worth it at this point.
I'd do it.
I would do it too. For this year's draft, fuck yes. Like, run that 100%. At that point, I would have traded for Garrett or Crosby too, to be honest. I don't think there's a talent level coming out of this draft that is really worth not giving picks up for a player that you already know is proven to be as talented as Trey Hendrickson is. I don't know. That would be wild. That would shake up the league, man. The people have already gained a new level of respect these last couple seasons with the Detroit Lions, but that would put the Detroit Lions on a completely different playing field than 90% of the NFL. It would. Trey Hendrickson, if you somehow find yourself watching this, you should come to Detroit. We would love to have you, good sir, and we will pay you dearly, and we will treat you like family. We will not treat you like the Bengals treat you. We won't cuff you and ball you like a shitty ex-girlfriend. No, we'll wake you up with breakfast in bed every morning, my man. So come on down to Detroit City. Have yourself a grand old time.
God, I thought I was in a casino ad there for a minute.
Yeah, shout out no sportsbook apps, because I don't promote none of them until they want to pay me. All right. Upcoming dates. Today was the last. They've got to have come to a conclusion on the Tush Push because today was the last day of the meetings. They're probably
they're
still
going to meet again at the end of the month.
Oh, they're prolonging it that long, huh? Wow.
You want to look for data and pull other sorts of things.
Yeah, look for data. Yeah, fucking screw off, dude. Make a fucking decision. Anyways, so it looks like that's wrapping up. April 7th is the day that clubs that hired a new head coach at the end of the 2024 regular season may begin their off-season workout programs. So it looks like they get a little bit of a head start because they're new, which good for them, I guess.
Like these guys haven't already started, though.
Yeah.
It's what they
April
do.
16th is the deadline for clubs to time, test, visit, interview, or conduct a physical examination with a draft-eligible player at its club facility. April 18th is the deadline for restricted free agents to sign offer sheets. Oh, damn, no shit. All right.
Well, Cam Ward's going 1.
Yeah.
I'm curious how 2 and 3 fall, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if that Giants article was maybe the Browns are going to take a shot at Sedur, and then the top 2 QBs are gone. What do you do there? You're not taking Jackson Dart at 3.
For the Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might get screwed by Cleveland.
They might. Yeah, I'm excited for the draft. I'm always excited for the draft, but I'm excited for the draft in a way that there's not the talent level, but there are like there's a couple players that are insane, like Travis Hunter. You know, you're never going to see another player like him, at least for a very long time. It's like the Shohei Ohtani of football. You know, you can play both sides of the ball as well as he does. But I'm excited for the draft in a way that there is a lot that can fall. I think there's going to be a lot of trades because there's teams that are going to have their guys this year because there's so much. I'm really curious to see if Genchi can actually translate his talent to the league. You know, and all signs are pointing to the Raiders taking him at like 6 or whatever, and that might be the missing piece out there. If they get Geno and they get an actual running back, because he's a short, squatty dude, reminds me a lot of Marshawn Lynch in a way, but a little quicker. He could do with Pete Carroll what Marshawn Lynch did too.
He's got to get a little better coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
He didn't run a lot of routes this year and didn't catch many passes, and it's kind of what the NFL back is now.
Yep.
Even Derrick Henry catches passes.
I seen a clip of him that he had a bet with one of his offensive linemen that he's known for most of his career. And it was that if he crested, I think it was 2,000 yards for the season. If he didn't crest it, he had to get a tattoo of the number of yards he finished with. and if he crested it, that the lineman had to get the number of yards that he ended up finishing with, and since he broke it, the lineman ended up getting the tattoo. I thought that was kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Shout out, never forget those yards, man. So, yeah, but I'm always excited for the draft because it's when, the young talent gets to come up and make their impact very quickly, and, look at what Jaden Daniels did with Washington last year. That's what we get excited about. So, yeah. And then, of course, that draft is April 24th through the 26th. So, with that being said, I believe, excuse me very much. Moving on from the NFL. I think we're done with our NFL wrap-up for this week, unless you got anything else in the NFL, Nick.
Nope. The only main draft pick I'm watching, though, is that 2 pick with Cleveland. They're either going to steal Shadur out from the Giants, or they're going to get Abdul Carter, who's just like Micah Parsons, to run aside Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Yeah, and that would do kind of to Cleveland
what we're trying to do.
What we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Cleveland.
Well, they still aren't going to have an offense, so they better hold them to 7.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. The NFL draft's going to be here before we know it. March flew by. April's already flying by. So, yeah. That being said, moving on. No more TGL, sadly. Cheer for TGL. Shout out to next season. I'm very excited, again, to see what that brings. Build more stadiums. Make it more publicly accessible, please. That is the number one thing I can give you notes on. Rory and Tiger, and I forget the guy that's the actual head of the league, but do it. Build them. People will come. Build it. They will come. Speaking of golf, though, we have the PGA. And this week, the Houston Open.
Min Woo Lee.
Min Woo gets his first PGA victory, correct?
Yep.
That's awesome, man. He has one of the dirtiest mustaches in the PGA. He has the dirtiest Asian mustache in the PGA, hands down.
Yeah.
And I've always... There's been something about Min Woo since the second I watched him on the PGA that I was like, this dude's got a swagger like nobody else has in the PGA. He just carries himself different. He looks different. He just looks like one of the bros. Like that, the sunglasses and the hat, just everything, man. He's just cool dude. So shout out Min Woo. Very happy for you, my man. Did you get to catch any of it? Because I didn't get to catch very much of it.
Oh, yeah, I watched the whole final round.
Nice.
Scotty's starting to look back in form. I don't know if he's playing this week as a warm-up for the Masters or he's taking the week off, but he started to look back to form here last week.
Yep. And so Min Woo finished 20 under. Scotty and Woodland finished 19 under. Looks like Wyndham Clark finished 15 under. Rory finished 15 under. Yeah, it looks like it was pretty. Yeah, a lot of good golf being played. So, yeah, it's definitely full swing of things. Definitely full swing of things with the PGA Tour. I don't. Is there? It's not. It's not an off week. They don't have the off weeks. But what is next week?
Honestly, I can't remember the name.
I'm looking it up right now. The Texas Open, the Valero Texas Open. Same purse as last week, $9.5 million. It's going to be a good one. And then, of course, we have the Masters. I just get so excited for the Masters. I said it last week. I said it the week before, and I will never stop saying it. The Masters is my favorite event in golf. And I have a question for you. I was reading. I get the subscription to Golf Digest. Love that magazine. I was reading on the shitter the other day. And they had a question that I'm going to ask you, Nick, and we'll talk about it because I thought it was very interesting. Would you rather play once a year for the next 20 years at Pebble Beach or get to play one round at Augusta National? It's a tough one, isn't it?
I'd go with one round.
I would do the same. And this is my reasoning, and then I'll ask you yours. My reasoning is Pebble Beach is a public golf course that you can walk into and play whenever you want as long as you have the funds to do so. Augusta National is not. That is an invite-only, exclusive shit club that I would give my left nut to golf once. It's just it's just the way it is. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I feel the same way. And just to go shoot 18 at Augusta, that's just a bucket list thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, that's cool. You're gonna comp me my round at Pebble Beach. You're gonna comp me my airfare, my hotel, and shit too. Like, yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I would love to golf Augusta. That would be bucket list type stuff, like you said. I would love nothing more than that. It would be super, super cool and super, super fun. Very much looking forward to the Masters. I think we gave our picks last week. But yeah, looking forward to it. And then just gets right into it, man. Right after that, there's plenty good golf. It's probably and then we have the PGA Championship would be the next major in line. Quail Hollow, again, May 15th through the 18th. Going to be another really good one. Very excited for that as well. It's a bunch of good golf to be played this year. Very excited. Moving on. NHL. Red Wings. What the bloody hell? Fill me in on the Wings, brother.
Well, yet again yesterday we choked in the last minute of the game, lost it in overtime in about 2 more minutes. Talbot, man, he played his ass off. He had a hell of a game. They were firing at him all night.
Yeah, had played his ass off just to get shit on in the end.
Yeah, our defense has got to step up. We've lost so many games in the third period.
And I got nothing but good things to say about their season. Because when we started this podcast, they were shit in the bed still. I mean, it was bad. It was so bad. And for them to do what they've done this year, it's kind of like how the Tigers started off as shitty as they did and then did what they did after the All-Star break. I'm proud of where they've come. I think they still have a lot of upside, but they have a long way to go, clearly. But I think they're starting to figure it out. I think they're really starting to figure it out. But sadly, as we've stated in almost every episode since I found out about it, I don't believe we're going to see the stat about all 4 teams from Detroit making the playoffs. I really don't. No. It's sad to say. But on a more positive NHL note, Mr. Alexander Ovechkin is now only 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, cuatro if you're listening for my Spanish viewers, goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time record. I've always been a fan of Alex. I know you've always been a fan of him, man. It really looks like he's going to do it this year, and I couldn't be happier for someone else to do it. Give me your overall thoughts on him doing it.
It's just crazy. I mean, nobody ever thought nobody would ever come close. Nobody really does. And the fact that he's still playing at a high level, he's not just an old guy who shoots once in a while.
No, he's not. That's what's super incredible about the entire situation is the fact that this guy is doing it at such a high level and at such an age. It's absolutely incredible. So currently, Capitals are down 1-0 playing the Hurricanes. That's going to be a great game tonight. Just trying to look up their schedule and see what games they got coming up because they only have, it's going to be very close. Do playoff goals count for overall goals scored for a career? Yeah, so he's got the playoffs too, which is great. So he has, though, tonight's game plus 7 more. It's definitely doable by the end of the regular season, which would be kind of cool for him to break it. It'd be really cool if he broke the damn record by a few goals, so we knew he had a cushion.
Well, it's not.
Won the Stanley Cup, won the MVP, and just said, fucking peace. I am done. That is going out on top at the most massive level in any sort of anything. It'd be unbelievable. That would be the dream that every little kid has to grow up and be a professional athlete and do exactly that. Break the all-time record of the thing you're supposed to do the most, and then win the championship, and then just say, I'm done. Is he?
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. How I want to. I just want to know how old he is.
41.
36-year-old. 36 years. He's almost 37. Which, he ain't even that old. Oh, no, 39. Sorry, I was reading an old article. Yeah, he's 39 years old, which still is not that old at all. Not that old at all, but he will be turning. He will be turning in hockey. It's very old, but he will be turning 40 years old on September 17th of this year. Yeah, wild, man. 39 years old, talking about being old. But again, like you said, for hockey, he's got more gray hair than I'm going to see by the time I'm 60. That's just the stress of playing hockey, man. It just
not
is.
me.
Not me.
I keep shaving my head. It's short.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, man, it's very exciting. Cool that, didn't get to really watch Wayne Gretzky growing up as a child. I got to watch mostly highlights of him, so it's cool to be able to say that I got to watch now the guy that he's gonna break the record. He will. He's going to. So, very excited for him. Congratulations, Alex. Good luck. But, yeah. So, speaking of the NHL standings, let's see what we got here. It's not looking very good for the Red Wings. Yeah, sitting at 75 points now. Yeah, ain't looking hot. Let me see.
If I remember right, we got a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, we definitely have a very tough schedule coming up. Yeah, it's not looking good. So we have 75 points. The Canadians have 79 points in the last wild card spot. Yeah, that ain't looking so good. It ain't looking so fucking good.
No.
But, hey, man, like I said.
At least hockey doesn't go to a fucking playing game.
Yeah. But like I said, shit, dude, they're above 500 still. If you don't count the overtime losses. I don't know. Red Wings, been the Red Wings for a few years. It was fun. I don't know what happened. We played the Columbus Blue Jackets and lost to them twice in a row, and then have never been the same since. God damn it, Ohio. I can't stand you. The only good thing you have is Cedar Point, Kings Island, roller coasters. That's it. It's all you do good. All right, so switching to a team that actually is worth a shit. Switching to the NBA. Pistons, sitting 5th seed in the Eastern Conference at a nice 42-33. There's a pretty sizable gap between 5th and 7th. The Bucks are right behind us. Bucks have been playing well of late. They have. Give them all the credit in the world. They've been playing very good. Anthony has that team playing very well. Or Giannis, thank you. Giannis has that team clicking right now. What's the word on Cade Cunningham? You heard anything on him?
He's supposed to be back tonight.
Is he? Okay.
I do believe so.
Great. Is he?
He's not supposed to be back tonight?
Are they? Who?
Isaiah Stewart for his 2-game suspension.
Dude, you see the Joker, what he did yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Dude, 61 points, triple-double in a double overtime win.
Wasn't it a loss, actually, to Minnesota?
No, I think they won. I'm pretty sure they won.
I'm almost positive they lost.
Look it up. I'm not looking it up. Look it up. But I'm pretty sure they won. They would. I don't think they'd be friggin' highlighting it so much if you didn't win.
I bet you they were.
I bet you that. Well, a 61.
Minnesota won.
Okay. I'm wrong. Shout out the Hulaham Hour. Because we're here for fun, not for facts.
Yeah, so he had 61-point triple-double and fucking lost.
Yeah. Well.
That's a little salt in the wound.
Where are the Nuggets, though? The Nuggets are still the third best team in the West. Shit, man. Kind of hard to knock. Who'd they play? The
Minnesota. The T-Wolves. A-Rod's new team.
God, it's weird to think that a team in Minnesota is in the Western Conference, but I get it. Timberwolves are in the 7th seed right now. Nuggets are in the 3rd, so that's a good win for the Timberwolves. But Joker playing out of his mind like that, dude, it's just fun to watch players do that. It always has been. Players score over 50. You know, watching Kobe do 81. Would have loved to see Kareem do his 100. That would be dope. I mean,
Djokovic is a walking triple-double. It's crazy.
well, he is, man. When you're that big and you can shoot that well, and you're like impossible to guard. I mean, look at this, like, you know, like Dirk Nowitzki's kind of a comparable in a sense that they were 7 foot and lanky, and you just, how can you block someone that shoots from 3 feet above their head when they're already 7 foot tall? You can't do it, and that's why he's good.
And Joker's not lanky. He's freaking a tank.
No, he just is. Like, he's lanky, but he's a tank, and he's lanky. There's a different, like, he like could slap you from across the bar, but it's gonna knock you on your ass still. Like, it's just it's unbelievable. Unbelievable what he can do. So he's fun to watch, man. But Lakers still doing their thing. They got Bron and they got shit. What? Yeah, I'm just drawing blanks tonight. Shout out, #drawing blanks. #drawing blanks.
Oh, Luka.
Luka, thank you. My God. Yeah, they've been doing their thing again. Seems like they're going to be clicking going into the playoffs. Warriors, same deal. Jimmy Butler always plays better in the playoffs, so it's going to be fun to watch him playing with a team that he enjoys and also not complaining constantly. So,
and Steph dropped 52 last night.
Yeah, shout out Steph Curry. He was on fire. Yes, he was.
Dude, he has shot 29 games in his career with 10 or more threes in a game. Second place, I think, was Klay Thompson with 9.
Wow.
It's not even close.
Unbelievable. Well, I think the Jazz and the Wizards need to play for this year's Pooper Bowl. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the NBA draft lottery?
I like it because even though you tank, it doesn't mean you're getting the 1 pick.
I kind of like it too, dude. And I almost kind of wish that the frickin' NFL would implement it a little bit. Even just for the top 3 seeds or something. I don't know, man. Just because I feel like you get to that point, dude, and there are teams that tank, and it's so blatantly obvious.
Oh, yeah, the Wizards.
Yeah, I've always liked that. I just, I like it even more now that Detroit's not even would even be in consideration for it, at least for a number of years now. Hopefully we got our shit together enough that we're going to be not drafting in the top 10 for the next at least 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, bad year is 500. That's what I like. Yeah,
exactly. For sure. So, I don't know. I've always liked the draft lottery. I think it adds a level of excitement. I also think, because, they obviously draw it prior to the draft, but how far in advance do they draw? Do you know?
I think it's like a week.
Is it? Okay. Because, yeah, that just adds, I guess it takes away a little bit in the NFL because they talk about the draft so much. It's way more in-depth than the NBA is, but...
Well, not really, because it'd make your scouting that much more intense because you have no idea where you're drafting. So now you got to scout 1 through 5,
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of just being like, oh, we just had the worst record, Cam Ward, come on down, you'd be like, oh, well, shit. What if we end up in number 5?
So how about instead of voting on Tush Push, we vote on some bullshit like that, huh, NFL?
That would be more interesting. It's like the Washington Wizards a couple weeks ago. They rolled out all their backups and sat all their starters. And, they're already the worst team in the league with their starters. You know what I mean? Tell me you're not tanking while telling me you're tanking.
Yeah, tell me you're tanking while telling. Something like that. Yeah. So, hot damn. So, yeah, NBA season's also wrapping up. Let's take a look here. Pistons looking like they got the same amount of games left as NHL does, because they always wrap up at the same time. Finals go on at the same time. That's why I love going to Vegas the time of year that I do, because I'm always in Vegas for the NBA and the NHL finals, and it's awesome. It's a fun time. So, that being said, Pistons play tonight at 9:30 against the Thunder. Should be a good game. Hopefully, that'd be a very good victory for us. I know it's probably highly doubtful, but that might be a really good one that I go on a sports book and book a. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I bet you the odds are pretty good for the Pistons, or pretty bad for the Pistons tonight. But if they do pull out the dub, and they're playing in OKC, right?
I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, it's a 9:30 game. It's a 9:30 game. They gotta be.
Yeah,
they gotta be. Yeah, the Thunder's the bottom team. Yeah, they're definitely away. Yeah, we're not back home. Then we play the Raptors on Friday. Then we're back home against the Grizzlies on Saturday. We got the Kings on Monday the 7th. Play the Knicks on Thursday the 10th. The Bucks on April 11th, Friday, and the Bucks. We play the Bucks back to back to finish the season up on Sunday, April 13th. Yeah, that's a schedule. Pretty much gonna be a battle until the end.
We're in good shape though.
We are. We're in very good shape. Have we secured our spot yet?
No.
Well, that's stupid.
But even if we go probably 500 the rest of the year, we'll be fine.
Yeah, so we'll see. Shout out Pistons. Hope you make it. Hopefully we make a little playoff push. That'd be fun. That'd be super cool. Looking forward to it.
The whole goal is just to stay out of the play-in game.
Yep, for sure.
At least book a series.
All right. So, moving on to a different type of basketball. College basketball. The Sweet 16 was commenced, and then the Elite 8 happened. Happened very quickly. It seemed to happen very quickly, at least. Michigan fell to Auburn, 78-65. Michigan State beat Ole Miss, 73-70. That was a great game to watch. Tom Izzo cried afterwards. Poor man. Please don't go anywhere, Tom. You're the greatest coach in college basketball history. One of the greatest coaches, if not the greatest coach of all time. Dude, don't go anywhere. Please give us a couple more seasons. Please give us a couple more seasons.
Oh, no. He's packing his stuff, and he's going to buy a house right next to Coach K.
No.
Somewhere where it's warm.
He ain't done yet. He's not done. Anyways, Tennessee took down Kentucky. Houston took down Purdue. BYU lost to Alabama. Then Duke beat Arizona. Texas Tech beat Arkansas. And Florida beat Maryland, which set up the Elite Eight, where Florida beat Texas Tech 84-79. Duke beat Alabama. Sorry, Nick. With an ass whooping 85-65. Houston took Tennessee to the cleaner 69-50. Auburn beat Michigan State 70-64, which put all four number one seeds in the Final Four for only the second time. And the only other time, I believe, was in 2008. Nick, what are your thoughts on all four number one seeds making this Final Four this year?
I think this is going to be a more common occurrence with the NIL stuff. You're going to see more and more one seeds because people are just buying people now. They don't stay at the small schools for a couple of years. You have one good year, and then you go get paid at a big school.
Yeah, dude. I definitely would agree with you on that front. However, I don't know if it's going to so much entail that the number ones are going to make it all the time. Still, I will say maybe we'll see a little bit more of an influx of it happening maybe once every 4 or 5 years now instead of once every 20 years or so. But honestly, Michigan State had plenty of opportunity to beat Auburn. They did. I think with that being said, Auburn, in my opinion, is the weakest team going into the Final Four. It just seems like Duke is Duke, Florida is Florida. Houston, honestly, Tennessee was probably the weakest 2 seed out there. Tennessee did not play like they did against Kentucky at all. They played like shit. And they played like they played against Kentucky the 2 times that Kentucky beat them throughout the year. That's why they really lost the way that they did to Houston. And,
you discredit Houston. I don't think you've watched them very much. They got the top.
I'm not discrediting Houston. I'm not discrediting. I did last week, but I'm not discrediting them at all as a team. I think they're one of the strongest teams left. However, Tennessee just played like shit too. It's just what it was. They did not play well. So with that being said, I don't remember who we picked last week because I quit taking notes. Fucking anyways. Who you got out of the 4? Well, actually, let's just go over the games. Florida, Auburn, who you taking?
I still got Florida.
Okay, and Houston, Duke.
Houston.
So you're gonna go Florida, Houston. Okay, I'm gonna go Florida, Duke. Auburn cannot beat Florida right now. There's no way.
Weirder things have happened.
I know. It has.
It really just matters if Broome's healthy. If he's even a little bit hampered still, they have to have him.
Yeah.
Those bigs of Auburn or Florida are just gonna run through that team if he's not out there.
Yeah. Yep. So we will see.
I think Houston's going to surprise the shit out of you, though.
They might, and I hope they do. That's what I love about the NCAA tournament. That's what I love about college basketball, and I think that's what a lot of people love about it, is that you really never know when it comes down to this. Look at what McNeese did. Look at what Colorado State did. Granted, I would love to see another Cinderella that actually makes it to the Final Four. I think that would be wicked sweet. But in this NIL era, as you stated previously, I don't know that it's going to happen anymore. I still think you're going to get – so my father actually told me, because we did a bracket, fell out at work and stuff, and he got McNeese right. And he told me what his strategy was, because this man watches no sports. Shout out, Ken, I love you to death, but you don't watch any sports. And he goes, you know what? I went off I looked at their ranking, but he goes, I mainly went off their record. And if their record was close or the underdog was better, I went with the underdog. And granted, McNeese's record was better than Clemson's was. And guess what? He got it. He was the only one in the company that got that shit right. So it doesn't matter what strategy. And guess what? It got him into it. It got him into actually wanting to know what was going on and all that kind of stuff. So it just brings people together, man. And that's what sports are about, or bringing people together. That's what it's all about. Okay, moving on to our last and final topic this week on the Hulaham Hour here. Opening day for Major Leagues was last Thursday. Tigers got swept by the Los Angeles Dodgers. Los Angeles Dodgers are now on a 7-game win streak to start the season, which is one of the best starts, especially for a defending world champion. What are your thoughts on the Dodgers starting the way they have?
Expected is the word. They picked up a bunch of great pitchers. They have people coming back from injury, plus signing new superstars. It's like, what in the actual fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. They look great. Yankees look good. Tigers look, just watched them drop one here a little bit ago, which bases loaded with one out. God dang, guys. Come on.
They don't look bad, though.
They don't look bad, and they don't look good either, so we'll figure it out. They will.
This is how we started last year.
Yeah, so
we didn't do shit until about 20 games before the All-Star break.
Yep. So shout out Tigers sitting at 2-4. Not a good way to start the season. However, number one topic seems to be in the major leagues right now. New York Yankees, a couple games ago, tied a franchise record for most home runs in a game with 9. Count them, 9 home runs in one game. That's an average of 1 an inning for those simpletons in math. But then it comes out that the Yankees have engineered this new transformational torpedo bat. Kind of to describe it to everybody, they, instead of having all of the weight go straight out to the end of the barrel, with the end of the barrel being the biggest part of the bat, it now put weight more in the middle of the sweet spot of the bat and tapered off to a smaller point, the barrel of the bat at the end, and hence the torpedo bat. Nick, what are your thoughts on the torpedo bat?
See, I don't mind it because it's within the regulations, so it shouldn't matter. And 2, everybody seems to forget the Yankees were already using this last year. Nobody said anything. So obviously it's legal. Now they're making a big deal. And 3 of those 9 home runs were hit by Aaron Judge with a normal bat.
Okay. That's cool. I did also see, who's the really good player for the Reds?
De La Cruz.
Thank you. He's using one now, and he went off for a couple home runs the other night when the Reds scored 19 runs or some shit.
Yeah, but like their manager said, you still got to hit the perfect swing, and it's within the rules.
I know. Like you said, it's legal. The weights are the same. The weights aren't doing anything different. It's just, it's 2025. We should be looking at different engineering on bats and things at this point. However, they're not corked. And if there's going to be people that swear by it, and then there's going to be people that just could give a shit. So I'm really, I don't know, man. I could feel one way or the other about it, but if it's legal, use it. If they came out and if they came out were like steroids are legal, people are going to use it. You know what I mean?
Back in the day, they didn't say it was legal, but they didn't say it was illegal.
Yeah, who was the dude got 80 days or 80 game suspension?
Oh, wasn't it Jurickson Profar?
Yeah, that's too bad, man, for the Braves. It's too bad. That's too bad. Shout out. Now I know it's all and you hate to call anybody a liar, but he's like, I would have never knowingly. It's like, don't get injected with shit that you don't ask what the fuck it is, man. Like, just don't. Because like, you could just get a big old thing of H. Like, goodbye.
It's like all these guys pay like agents and shit. Like, you don't have them read you the rules.
They're not even the rules. You don't have the guy injecting you in your ass cheek with a needle. What the fuck he's putting in your body? Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Come on, man. Like,
this feels good.
This is so good. So good. This is so good. Oh, man. So, yeah. All right. Well, you got anything else this week, bro?
I do not, my man.
Oh, cool, dude. Well, hey, thank you, everybody, again for tuning back in for another week of the Hulaham Hour. We really appreciate all the love and support we still are receiving. Again, shout out Jeff last week for being a great guest. Loved having you. Can't wait to have you back. And we'll keep you informed on who we plan on having on in the future. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. And that is Hulaham.